your Cinderella. You and me are through the watch me hit it solo. I'ma do it acapella. Yeah. I'ma do it acapella.
Hey guys, how's it going? People that I know, my friends and everything, they would say that I'm a pretty easygoing person. There's not a lot that would make me mad or annoyed or anything. But there are certain things that it just bugs me when people do this or say this. And I don't really know why, but it bugs me if people, when they're talking, they say something like, I had to wake up so early, I had to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. A.m. in the morning? Really? If you're gonna say a.m., that indicates that it's in the morning. That's what a.m. means. Not a direct translation, but close enough. If you're saying 7 a.m. in the morning, it's really redundant and there's no need. You could say 7 a.m. You could say 7 in the morning. There's really no point to say 7 a.m. in the morning. It also bugs me when people assume that I'm doing something that I'm not. I was at church and it was afterwards, and like after the sermon and everything, we usually have like snacks and stuff. And so I was going and I was getting some food, and my dad has to like clean up and everything. I don't really know what he has to clean up, he has to do something. So generally by the time he goes to get food, all the good stuff is gone. So I've been kind of like saving him things, like I'll get him an extra cookie or an extra brownie or something. Anyway, I was going through the line and I took 2 cookies, and the person standing and like was watching the food and everything, she kind of like looked at me. I'm like, I'm grabbing one for my dad. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'm actually doing something nice. Why do you have to go and assume that I'm not? Is it because I'm a teenager? Because teenagers never do anything good or nice for anybody these days? Am I not allowed to be nice? I don't really know. But I was just being a nice person, and she was all like, no, you're probably not, because you're a teenager. And that annoyed me. And I did end up giving the cookie to my dad. I don't know if she saw me or not, but I did give it to him. And he was like, oh, thank you and everything. I wasn't lying. I was actually trying to be a nice person for once. And they wonder why nobody does anything nice for anybody anymore. It also bugs me when people talk around me. I've been in conversations where I'll be talking with like 3 or 4 other people, and somebody will say something, it's like, oh, and remember when this happened and this happened and this happened, and they'll go off on their own conversation and completely exclude me. They won't bother explaining anything. And if they do explain something, it's very short, like, oh yeah, this just happened the other week, or yeah, we went out together and did something, but you know. And then they continue talking and ignore me completely, so I just generally leave, and then nobody notices, and it's great. I don't really like it when people touch my face. I don't really know why. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, not really. There's no way to say this without sounding creepy, but I'm more of like a touchy, physical kind of person. Like, I'm okay if you come up and give me a giant hug. I'm okay if you like give me high fives or pat me on the back or something like that. I don't really like it when people touch my face or come up and do stuff like this, and it's like, what are you doing to my face? Just let me go. It also annoys me when I'm talking to somebody and say something and then they go off on a rant without letting me finish and explain. For example, I'm walking with somebody and I'm just like, oh look, the weather's nice out today. And they're all like, what are you talking about? It's cloudy, there's no sun, it looks like it's gonna rain, it's windy, it's cold outside, it could be so much nicer. I remember last year at this time it was so much nicer, what are you talking about? And then they go on forever and ever about why it's such a horrible day and why we should have all just stayed inside instead of coming outside. I'm just standing here like, it's not raining, it's not sleeting, it's not a tornado, it's not a hurricane. There's no winds to come and take up your house and poof it away into Oz. But I mean, if you're gonna put it that way, then forget I said anything at all. That was kind of a lame example, but you get it. Like, where you're just in a conversation and then the other person just completely disagrees with you and goes on for 20 minutes about why they disagree with you without letting you finish your sentence. Now I realize that I'm not perfect and I do these things and I've done them before and I'm really trying to get better at not, but I mean, you know, it's a work in progress. Now if you're one of my friends and you say something or do something that kind of annoys me a little bit, I'm not gonna like shun you forever or unfriend you on all the social media everythings. I still want to be your friend, but I mean, I'd appreciate it if you didn't always like come up and touch my face or assume that I'm doing everything wrong, that I'm never going to be nice to anybody. Just don't make makes me mad. That happened like a year ago and that like still makes me mad. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope that you learned a little bit more about me. And if any of these things annoy you as well, feel free to comment below. And if you have anything else that annoys you, feel free to comment below. We can just rage on everybody that has wronged us in the past or something. I don't really know. I hope you guys have a good week and I will see you next week with another video. Peace.